Hello! We're back for another Hunters of Calamity. Hoping we'll have a lot of fun this evening with everybody being in the, what was it? The sign said Dragons and Dungeon, I think is what it was last week. So yeah, it's going to be pretty great. The crew's got a few more rooms to check before moving out of the section that they're in. There's no telling what'll be inside those rooms, so it's going to be fun. Before we jump into all the action, though, I'm going to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. We'll talk a little bit about viewer actions, how you can actually participate in the show as we go along, and then we'll jump right in. So let's start with Patrick. Tell us a little bit about Wesley and yourself.
Hi, I'm Pat. I'm a Tactric on Twitter and places online. I play Wesley. Wesley is a mess of a person since getting to this planet and has been on essentially, I don't know how much time has passed, but a that long bender on this planet. And for some reason, people thought it was a good idea to put him in a position of authority last week. So that's going great. He's loving it.
Fantastic. Next, we've got Last of the Order. Tell us a little bit about Beth and yourself.
So Beth is a mercenary. She came to kind of break her corporate ties and get fortune on her own, strike out on her own, and then ended up with these buffoons and is not sure whether she should regret or just laugh at every minute of it. But it's certainly a change from her usual very rigid, strict life. I'm Last of the Order. I'm Last of the Order on Twitter. And yeah, that's pretty much it about me.
Cool. Next, we've got Gwen. Tell us a little bit about Paige and yourself.
So, Paige is a firebug, headstrong. They came here in order to find friends, and ended up finding these people.
They found a family instead.
Yes.
A family of degenerates.
And a cult. Yes, I'm Quintato on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter. Usually, if I'm on something, I'll announce it there.
All right. Last but not least, we've got Zan. Tell us a little bit about Sleeve Saya and yourself.
Sleeve Saya is a claptrap program to be the profit unit of the Sleeveless Way, a cult, as some people call it, of my previous character Merc. He is a claptrap, and that is pretty well as much character depth as he has, with the exception that he is actually quite dangerous, and he does not have sleeves, as sleeves are a mark of weakness of the soul. And yeah, I'm Zan. You can catch me on the links that I'm about to drop into chat, and super excited to drag in this dungeon, or whatever the kids say.
I do not have sleeves.
It's gonna be great. I have sleeves, but they're tiny sleeves, so it's okay. Anyways, I mentioned viewer actions, so you can actually help or hinder our party here if you would like as we go through the game. And there's a lot of different really cool ways that you can do that. Some of them are just simple, like giving people dice, things like that, but others are actually you can interject something into the scene. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to cover those real quick. The easiest way to participate is through the game tweet. That's right there in chat. For every 5 interactions we get on that, that's likes, retweets, and comments. D4 goes to the cast and to the GM. With this being a Monster of the Week system, a D4 is actually pretty powerful. So it's almost like getting an extra dice. Or extra die, rather. So a very easy way to help there. You can also use guild coins. If you look at the little rainbow colored icon below your Twitch chat box, You can click on that, and you get those guild coins just by watching the stream and interacting, going on raids with us, things like that. And subscribers get double the guild coins. I believe it's every hour you get a certain amount, or 10 minutes, something like that. Regardless, if you're subscribed, you get them twice as fast. The biggest thing that you can do with those is plot points. You can get 1, 2, 3, or 4, and they all do different things. If you want to see how those work, you can click on each one in that menu, or there's a little chart in the panels down below where you can see all the differences there. But they're a lot of fun. Finally, if you want to support the channel financially, there's a number of ways that you can do that, and they give you some pretty cool things. One is through coffee.com/Raven. Another is raven.rocks. Those are for direct donations. You can also do, my brain just went completely blank for a second, subscriptions and bits. That counts as well. And also Patreon. So for our Bard and higher tier patrons, you get credits every month to go towards viewer actions that you can use. So lots of different ways that you can do that. Some of these that are on this chart right here that may not be self-explanatory, I'll cover those real quick. The switch allows a player to tell another player or the DM, or vice versa, etc., to change their action word. So effectively, you can sort of nudge the story in a different direction, and it's usually pretty amusing when it happens. The player that's acting still gets to choose which word they replace it with, but it can't be a direct synonym. The borrowed success, essentially you immediately succeed at whatever it is you're trying to do. However, on each subsequent success, I will roll a d20. If it comes up 15, then that's the success that you quote unquote borrowed. So it's a bit of a gamble. You could lose a success later, but it does allow you to succeed at what you're doing currently. Let's see what else we've got. The complication that allows you to basically be the DM for a couple of seconds. You can throw out a couple of sentences, and we will fit that into the scene. It's pretty interesting. We've already had one redeemed. Somebody, Leopold actually, donated earlier in the week and let me know what he wants to have in the scene. So I can't reveal what that is yet, but after it's revealed, I'll let you know that that was them. They also gave everybody an advantage, so I'll be adding that to the board here in a moment. Finally, the swap 2 players for 5 minutes. It means that we swap roles. So, for example, if somebody used that, you could have me playing Sleeve Saya, for example, and Zan being the DM for 5 minutes, or Last playing Paige and Gwen playing Beth for 5 minutes. It's pretty cool. And that's everything. So with that, just a quick reminder to the cast, you currently have, looks like 2d4, 2d6s, 1 switch, and now 1 advantage. And with that, let's jump in. So last time you'd cleared out the 2 rooms on the left. You found some cool weapons and treasure, mostly just like potions, things like that, to help you get through this dungeon / vault, and killed a bunch of dire rats in the process. I think there was like 10 or 12, something like that. There's lots of rodents of unusual size. You also got a silver key.
Fire.
Yes, a lot of things. You also found a silver key, which appears to go to a silver lock that's on a door to the right of the hallway. On the right-hand side of the hallway, you have 3 rooms. The silver key one is the middle one. All 3 doors are closed, but the one with the silver key looks like the only one that might be locked. So, what do you all want to do?
That was fun. Let's open the door.
All right. So, do we want to do the locked door first? I mean, the best shit's probably behind that door, right?
Yes. Yes.
Also, probably the worst monsters, if
I mean, more
history
things
is
to
any
burn, right?
indication. Every time I found a locked door in one of my jobs, generally it did not end well for whatever was behind it.
So, do we want to? I mean, that makes sense to we do that first, right? Because then if we do the other doors and there's like smaller things, then the smaller things bite at us. But then there's a big thing that then eats us. So we do
What
the
if
big
we
thing
can't go
first?
back, though? Sometimes you can't go back from where you come from. Sorry, words are hard today. I apologize.
Lock-
You just realized that
Locked
made no
doors sound
sense.
A lot more fun, though.
Is it wrong that I understood everything that you just said?
A little. I think it's the lack of sleep for both of us.
Yep.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
we're starting to sync up.
Locked door sounds a lot more fun.
Right.
I
Do you
love it
know
when it sounds less
what
fun.
a doorway's #1 rival is called?
I don't want to know.
It's arch nemesis.
Why haven't we killed him yet?
So, Wesley,
I mean, look how many rats ate him instead of us. That was good, right?
And then he magically
Yeah.
got better.
Wesley, after Sleeve Saya makes that little wordplay, Ted is on your shoulder, going, you know, I think I might be siding with the others now. Maybe we should kill it. Hey,
You can't hear Ted. Stop acting like you can hear Ted. You don't even know what he said.
Thanks, thank you, Michael Wayne, for gifting that sub to Econorlax.
I just heard Sleep Saya.
Econorlax, how would you like to spend that $5 on the actions down below? You can do an advantage, a switch and a d6, or if you want, you could do 2 d6s instead. Just let us know in the chat. Also, we have already had 10 interactions on Twitter, so I have already added 2d4 to the cast and the DM, myself in this case.
You've got a lot of D4s there, Raven.
I do!
I know, right?
Saving
You know,
them.
it's less fun when we're
What?
all dead. As a reminder, you can't keep playing if we're dead. So.
But if it's the last episode,
Technically.
This isn't the last episode.
no, I know. Just
Oh no.
next week's the penultimate, then the finale. So if I just happen to hold on to all of these until then, don't worry about it.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'm not comforted at all.
I am very happy about that.
Thank you, Econorlax, for doing that. So it's a D6 to the cast and a switch to me because, quote, I will use it without mercy.
Yay! Wonderful.
Excellent.
All right.
So Ted is saying things, but as usual, he's usually best ignored. You said that there might, if we go behind the big door, it might lock behind us. So if there's self-locking doors, I guess the solution must be that we should go through all 3 doors at once.
Um,
Are you
That's
suggesting we split the party?
I
And that's. I thought the math checked out on that one.
well,
Is that a follow?
Sleep Saya, you can come with me.
I am concerned for you.
You
Okay.
wouldn't try to kill me, would you?
No, I like you.
Let's see. We have. Maybe we should make the journey through the other 2 doors a lot faster by splitting at least 2 by 2. I call anyone other than Sleeve Saya.
I call Sleep Saya.
Okay. So do you want to have Sleeve Sai and Paige go as you're facing it? The one on the right, Wesley and Beth to the one on the left?
Well, and did you want Ted? Because Brownie and I could take this door, or you and I could go. We'll do 2 and 4.
Ted,
Who
Ted
is
just
Ted?
leans on your shoulder, Wesley,
you-
and goes, "They can't see me, dumbass."
Are you talking about Ted Jr.?
No, I'm talking
Because
about
we left him at the car.
No, I'm talking
Are you
about dead
feeling
Ted,
okay?
not alive Ted. The Ted that we made the Ted bread out of.
Are you seeing spirits?
Was this not common knowledge?
I don't know if I was
Brownie's
aware
on
of
your
this.
other. Brownie's on your other shoulder, going, "Oh no, they're on to us."
Brownie, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm
Can I-
happy going with
Paige?
Saya.
Will you?
I'm happy,
Do you want to change your choice, Paige? Maybe.
I'm happy going with Sleep Saya.
This isn't new. I mean, they've been at least around since I killed Ted, and then we made the giant brownie monster. So like,
You did what?
you saw that one.
Was I there for that one?
No, you were not.
Beth was, player was
Okay.
not.
We have Beth somehow miss it. Because that would be hilarious.
It was when
You were up in a sniper tower at the time, so you might have missed it.
It's fine.
There
it's
was
fine,
a
they're cool.
what?
Our sniper.
Oh, we have the best thing in chat ever.
What's going on in chat?
Oh, more plot points from Ek and Orlax.
Acolyte.
4COLY. Yeah, okay, that's right. Acolyte. A small drone disconnects from Sleep Saya. Unable to do anything except speak with Sleep Saya's voice to make sure he is not missed by the group that Sleep Saya is not going with. Fantastic.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
It's my duty as the prophet. I have to have all-seeing eyes.
Beth is understandably horrified and is trying to find a way to dismantle it immediately.
Mm.
Another plot point spit on Beth's best weapon, Pound Mama, is spray painted along it.
Wait, sorry,
So,
repeat that. What's going on? I just heard
so-
Pound Mama, so
Yep, that is
Yeah.
spray painted on the side of your sniper rifle now.
thank
It's magically appeared.
Sleep Saya, was this you?
I can confirm nor deny nothing.
I hate
That checks out
so
based off of the experience so far.
So much.
Mhm. High five, Sleep Saya.
Okay, so let's go with Wesley and Beth first. Wesley, Beth, and the Sleep Saya drone acolyte,
Beth is so happy.
which again
about this.
is 4C0LY73 acolyte. Okay, you open the door on the left, I presume.
Yep.
Through the door, you see what looks like I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's like what you'd see in like a Tomb Raider, old school Tomb Raider game, like a South American jungle type temple ruins area. So there's water running all along the floor. You're unable to tell how deep it is, but there are stones that are sticking out every so often. They're flat, like paving stones. But there's also, trees and vines, and you're pretty sure you see something moving in the water further into the room.
All right, I'm going to guess that we have to use the skipping stones to tell what's in the water. Actually, Acolyte, was that your name?
Yes!
Are you safe to go in the water?
No! I am non-amphibious.
Can you go around the surface of the water, see if you can get a good look at maybe how deep it is, because you have flying capabilities? I think this would be best benefit to all of us. That way we can see you better. I think we could get a better look at your scope of. Sorry, language is hard. I think it would be.
So
Capabilities?
Beth, are you trying to get acolyte eaten by something?
Absolutely not. And I am shocked that you would accuse me of that.
I think that sounds like it should be a charm roll.
Oh no, not a charm roll, seriously.
Our
Okay.
notoriously good
We'll,
rules.
We'll see how good Beth is at this. Wah wah.
So that's a 7 plus anything?
-1.
Oh,
So that's a
that makes it a
failure, right?
failure.
Hey, at
Yep.
least
So-
I get a level, right? Or yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good news, you get XP. Bad news, acolyte / sleeve Saya. It's very obvious what Beth is trying to get you to do here.
No,
I
I
leveled
was
up.
programmed by a higher power to just watch, observe, and give helpful guidance during this time of tribulation.
Oh, that's fantastic. What's Wesley doing?
So it's those stones you mentioned. Are they? Is it like water with like stones that somebody would presumably jump across, or is it stones outside of the water?
Yeah, they're like platforms.
Okay.
So you could potentially hop or even just step over to the different ones.
Is the
But there's gaps between them, and at the very end of it, it looks like there's a larger platform that's sort of overgrown with vines. Best guess is that there's something at the end of this.
yeah? That was gonna be my question: is if this led to anywhere, or if it was just a watered down trap.
But it's just a terrarium with water. That's it.
You mentioned trees and vines. Is it like, is there a canopy stretching across the whole room, or like vines that we could swing across?
They don't look like they would hold your weight. It's got a ceiling, but it's pretty high, and the vines are just sort of, they've grown up the walls and are kind of hanging off the ceiling. But yeah, without even needing a sharp roll or anything like that, you just take one look at it and go, yeah, that's not holding me up.
Got it. Right. So I mean, if there's cool shit in here, it's got to be on that side. There's stuff we have to jump across.
Agreed. Can we jump
And there's
from platform
something
to
that'll
platform?
eat us.
Sorry, I was distracted at that moment.
Yes, you can. At least for the first half of the room, the platforms seem close enough together that it'd be a very simple hop across.
Okay.
I will say this: you can see a little bit further out that they do seem to get further and further apart. So at some point, you're probably going to have to make a tricky jump,
Okay.
which in meta terms means rolls will be involved.
Yep. Figured. And quick advice to the party: I did just gain a level. Do you guys? I just muted myself. That was a brilliant move on my part.
You were not
Do I need
muted.
sharp or cool? Which one do you think will be more valuable as your guys' advice?
Hey, you play your character.
Would you like GM input on that?
Sure.
I won't so much give you advice as just point out something. With your particular playbook, you have a lot of cool
Yes.
because you have different things that you can do to buff that.
Okay. I think I'll go for sharp then.
So, yeah. Do you brave these platforms and try to get to the end where there's something on that large platform, or do you ignore it?
I have an excellent idea, and it's not going to backfire because my
Can we
magic.
send your sentient brownie?
I've not tried using Brownie for scouting before. Brownie, can you make these jumps?
I don't think you all understand how this works.
I definitely don't understand how this works.
I'm pretty much just in your head, so no.
Right.
Can Acolyte fly up near the ceiling, loudly screeching, "Stealth mode! Stealth mode! Stealth mode!" As it flies across the room, very far out of reach of the water.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you do that. As you do, in the water where you saw something moving, you all see very scaly hide looking jaws with sharp pointy teeth just reach up and chomp and then go back under the water. Would anybody like to sort of squint or lean over and see if they could make out more of what that was?
I think we're good.
So,
I've got the perfect idea because magic has not failed me ever before, so clearly there are no consequences to it. And I am going to try. I'm going to turn this water into something else. And it's. Let me know if this works for you, Raven. I'd like to try and do the use magic action, which has trap a specific person, minion, or monster. Or there's also bar a place to a specific person or type of creature. I'd like to try and kind of stick my finger into the water and see if I can't turn this water into a giant jello mold.
Sure. Yeah.
That's weird. That's only a 9. This feels like
Okay.
a thing that a D4 would be good for. Is that okay with folks?
You do currently have 4 of them.
I would like to do that thing so that this succeeds. Woo! And
Nice. That'll be a full success. You succeed.
and on 12 plus with use magic, since I advanced that basic move, I'm infused with magical power, and what I wanted to do happens, and the keeper will offer some extra benefit on top of that.
How firm would you like this gelatin to be?
I mean, what I'd really love for it to be is like a trampoline where we could just bounce across the room and have fun.
Okay. And what flavor?
I pictured red, so like, is fruit punch a Jello flavor?
Cherry.
I feel like it is.
Sure. It could be any flavor you want.
Oh,
It could even be gasoline flavor.
It could even be
It could.
key lime or watermelon, or watermelon is my favorite.
no, Wesley went fruit punch, and then he was just like, oh. Then I realized I could have made it any other flavor, and now I'm disappointed I didn't consider more options. But like,
Okay,
I like
so
the
that-
fruit punch, but now I'm disappointed with myself.
We're not
okay.
making cotton candy.
I will give you this then. It is firm enough that you can bounce on it, but you can easily cut it with any kind of blade. So a dagger, a knife, a spoon, anything. And it is edible, and it is fruit punch vodka flavored. So it has alcohol in it.
I do believe that Jello is also pretty transparent.
It fairly so. Also, before I forget, 4 plot points were used by Gwen, so that Acolyte now has a bubble of protection, negating 1 harmful interaction. So it's essentially a throwaway shield. 1 hit to it will take it out, but it'll negate that hit.
Can it also be Jello?
Sure.
Wonderful. I love it.
It can also be Jello. And yes, so through the red-colored vodka fruit punch flavored Jello, that's a mouthful. You can see still moving at least 3 crocodile alligator looking creatures. They're probably the best descriptor would be dire alligators, dire gators. So they look like alligators, but they've got like an extra set of legs. So instead of 4, they've got 6, and the teeth come out longer. They're almost like saber-toothed teeth coming off of this thing's snout. They look pretty angry, and they're starting to look a little drunk as they eat their way through this jello.
So it's
Wait.
I think our timeline depends on if they eat enough to get alcohol poisoning and kill themselves, or if
Wait a second. If we
they-
can walk across this, right?
Oh yeah,
We can bounce across Jello.
It's my
They
divine.
can climb up on it
Yeah.
and walk around on this Jello. What have you done?
You're welcome.
To be fair, they could have climbed out at any point onto any of the platforms.
My divine
Okay, yeah.
powers are truly that.
Did you at least pick a good flavor?
I don't want to talk about that. I mean, yes, but it was a pedestrian choice, and I'm ashamed.
Oh, okay. Let's just get across this.
Yeah, and I just start bouncing. Just take a big jump.
Beth breaks into a sprint to try to get like faster than the alligators. Which is kind of hilarious as she's, like,
Miss Beth, why are you running so slow? I believe
Excuse me?
your sleeves are slowing you down.
My sleeves got lost a while ago.
Your spiritual sleeves.
Oh, God.
She flips the
Oh.
bird at Acolyte.
So, Beth, since you're trying to run across this jello,
Yep, that'd be hilarious.
which is very bouncy, I'm gonna have you roll. Let's do act under pressure because you're trying to run before these dire gators get you.
Tougher, cool.
It's cool.
I ended up actually putting that stat in cool, so because I figured I use that
Cool.
more than I use sharp. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, 9.
9, so mixed success. You do succeed in getting a good distance away, and you're able to sort of zigzag around to where you're further away from the alligators. However, about halfway through, you kind of trip over one of those little platforms and land on your butt. However, you land on the jello. So basically, you just run, trip, land on your butt, and just go boing, and
Bounce
then
back up to my
sort of-
feet.
more like face plant on the platform that you're trying to get to, but you don't take any
Oh.
harm.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'll take
You
it.
serpentined
You know what?
incorrectly.
Shut up!
It looks very comical, but you accomplish what you set out to do. Wesley, what do you do?
I start hopping rocks and then start bouncing in between rocks too, and utilize this Jello trampoline park that I've made.
Okay, go ahead and roll act under pressure to hippity hop bounce your way over there.
Another 9.
9. Similar situation. You bounce in the right directions, but you kind of misjudge how bouncy it is in one spot, and it's sort of like being on a trampoline with somebody else when they boost your jump and you're not expecting it. So you just launch into the air a little unexpectedly and flail around, but you land on the platform with that's at the end of the room. The alligators have managed to eat their way up the jello and are slowly pulling themselves onto the surface about halfway through the room. So they're a little bit distance away from you.
How drunk do they look?
They look a little tipsy.
Just a little?
I mean, it takes some time to metabolize it, so.
Reptiles have a notoriously slow metabolism.
All right. Beth is there's no higher platform, is there?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just one big platform that you're on with a bunch of overgrown vines. You can take a second to look around.
I actually think she's going to get down with her sniper with the, what was it called again?
Pound Mama.
Thanks. So she's gonna get down with Pound Mama and start sniping these bad boys before they get close.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and roll kick some ass. There's
that's cool,
currently
right?
3 of them on the surface. No, that is tough.
Okay. No worries. I can't remember anything. I'm only like partially here, so +2, 11.
11. Nice.
Oh shoot, sorry,
you
I
managed
actually
to
rolled a
hit-
second time. I'm so sorry. I pressed the wrong button.
You're good. So an 11, that's going to be a success.
Yeah.
How much harm does your sniper rifle do?
I think it's I want to say 4. Let me double check. Sorry. Yeah, 4 harm.
Okay. You do some serious damage to this alligator. It hisses at you and flails around, yeah, it doesn't look too happy.
Suck it.
On the downside, it's bleeding on the jello, so you know.
I wasn't gonna eat the jello anyways.
It's okay. You can eat around that part.
You can't tell where the red ends and the red begins, you know? So I think it'd just be better to not mess with that.
All right. Wesley, Beth is shooting alligators. What do you do?
Is there something on this platform that we're supposed to be getting, or was the fun of getting here its own reward?
Well, yes, that is also true. But if you would like to take a closer look at the platform, you could roll sharp
Sure.
to investigate.
Ooh. And it's, I guess, if I'm investigating, I'll use my magic-y sight too to see if there's anything magic-y in here. Or Liridium based is how we've been flavoring it.
Yeah. Okay.
Only an 8.
8. So with your spooky sight, remind me what that does again?
Just when I do investigate a mystery, I can see spirits and magical influences, so it gives you potentially more opportunities to spot clues.
Okay.
Can Sleeve Saya attempt to help him out?
Sure.
That's sharp.
If you're helping, it's cool.
Cool. Oh, perfect.
I think you're acolyte at this point. But...
Oh yeah, acolyte. Thank you.
Yeah. Oof. So acolyte, in an attempt to help, basically, you kind of see where Wesley's looking, and you're like, oh, I need to investigate that. But you just sort of misjudge the amount of speed that you need, and you crash into this thing that Wesley is seeing. Fortunately, though, you have a jello shield, which kind of goes splat and falls off of you, but it prevents you from being damaged, so you're still here.
I found a thing. I helped.
Wesley, you notice underneath where Acolyte has crashed, looks like there's a stone chest, and it is kind of glowing purple for you. Nobody else can see that, but you can tell that there's something special inside of it.
Ooh, I found there's a box with something special inside of it. Yeah, I'll open it if I can.
Okay. There's some vines kind of growing over it, so you'll need to cut those away.
Sure, I will use that killer bone greatsword that I found in the other room.
Okay.
Somebody's
cool.
That was very cool.
That was really cool. Yeah, you don't have to roll for that or anything. You just are able to cut those away. We'll hop back over to Beth. Are you lining up another shot?
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so she's gonna line up another one. Hopefully I'm allowed to roll again. Hopefully I don't double tap this time. +2, 9.
9, so it's a partial success. So you do manage to hit it, but you just kind of graze it, so it only takes 2 harm.
Okay.
It's still alive, but it's like limping towards you and looking rather pitiful. That second shot
are they
also.
getting?
It's only been a matter of like a few seconds, so there's really not been much of a change. But one of the other of the 3 with that second shot does sort of notice. It's not running towards you, but it is aware of you now, whereas it wasn't quite before.
I didn't realize they
so
were aware of
Wes-
us. Shoot. Okay. All right.
Wesley, you can open that crate now.
I will open that crate now.
Awesome. As you do, there's a little stone, sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Tray, I guess, on the inside of it that slowly lifts up. And there is a really cool looking sniper rifle on it.
Oh, look! It's a thing you use. It's one of those things.
Can I take a look at it? Oh shoot! No, I gotta hunt alligators. Can I look at this in a sec?
Oh, you're shooting them, aren't they? Do you think the blood loss makes them drunk faster, or is all the blood with the alcohol coming out?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I think this would be pretty good at shooting them. Maybe use this one.
Hand me. Okay, how is this sniper rifle different? Other
Okay,
than not saying Pound Mama on it, unless magically the inscription transfers.
No, it doesn't say Pound Mama on it.
Sorry, was I
what
over
it does-
enthusiastic?
Maybe just a little bit. It's got a really weird looking scope on it that gives you once, we're gonna say basically once per encounter, you get advantage on sniper rolls, which is particularly useful for Beth.
Please. So it's once per encounter?
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah, once per combat turn, basically. Like when you go into combat order, where we're taking turns, that sort of encounter, once per that,
Okay.
you get advantage on a sniper roll, and you get to choose when you want to use it. You just have to call it before you roll.
Okay.
Also, weirdly, on the side of it,
Oh no.
it says "I
no.
heart Sleeve Saya."
I can't use it. Who did that?
It occurs to me. Should we save the cool bang bang because it's for when we need it more? Because aren't your long guns, aren't those one use only?
No, snipers are reusable.
Then why do they keep breaking?
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
That was a burn.
That was fantastic.
Fear not, I am the gun's mechanical ally, their natural, supreme one. I can ask them if they decide to be uncooperative.
Oh my god.
That's good, right?
Whose turn is it?
It's yours.
Oh. She's gonna line up another shot. Let's try to take out the injured one. No advantage. to
Okay.
so 9.
9. Yeah, you finish it off. With all the loud gunfire, you've fully attracted the attention of the other two, and they're now turning towards you. But you do take out the one that you're trying to kill.
Okay.
Wesley, they are moving pretty slow because they're not swimming; they're crawling on Jello, which is something they're very not used to. They sort of put their hand down and it bounces a little bit, and they just sort of look at it like a cat that's got something stuck on its paw. So they're moving slow. What do you want to do?
Here's the Wesley dilemma. We wouldn't be considered close to them, right? For range.
It's not like melee range. You could easily hit them with a pistol though. Like they're not that far away.
Oh yeah, I don't have any of those. That's the Wesley dilemma. Is I only carry.
Beth does. You could probably grab one from her back pocket holster or her thigh holster.
Just for the record, my inventory is all melee weapons and a shotgun. I have no long-term support.
You could hit them with a shotgun.
Okay. Or
you're like right at the edge of shotgun range. Or you.
I've got the chainsaw, but that would require me to run out towards them on the Jello. That's one option. I think I'm gonna go with option 3 and push my luck with weird fucking magic.
Oh goodness! I was gonna say, I know this is a moot point to even bring it up, but you do have the option to just run around them because they're moving so slow.
Oh yeah. Maybe I'll do that after I make more abominations.
Oh god. What are you summoning now?
Oh, they're hungry, right? That's probably why they're after us. So like, could I just summon like a ball of sentient ground beef next to them for them to eat?
Oh god. Sure. Go ahead and try.
That's a natural 12. Or not natural 12, it's a 12. Sorry.
Oh, I know what you meant. It's crit. Oh my god. Yeah. Go ahead and describe for us this ball of sentient ground beef that has suddenly appeared between these dire gators.
I think it's. God, I didn't watch that show, but there was what was that show on Cartoon Network where it was just like a
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
That's it.
Did I
Yeah.
disappear
I
there
never
for a
watched it
sec?
either.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it looks kind of like that, but more of a crime against nature. And it's like half under the Jello and half on top, so that when they start eating all the bits of it, they're gonna have to dive deeper into the Jello and get more drunk.
Okay. Yeah, the alligators start eating it, and you just hear it screaming, "Existence is pain!"
Oh, hey, it has feelings. How about that?
You did say sentient. They're thoroughly distracted while this poor creature that has just come into existence is being eaten alive.
All right, well, I think we did pretty well in here. I'm happy with us as a team. I think we're all good. It's the meatball's doing its part to contribute to success.
As
The dire alligators start barking out "Pound Pappy" to Wesley as they're eating.
Are you hearing this, or is this another up here thing?
Beth and Acolyte can hear it too.
Okay, let's bounce home.
do you know that the key physiological difference between a dire alligator and a regular alligator is their decreased frontal lobe, which means that sometimes they say strange things when devouring apparently sentient balls of ground meat. Fun fact.
I think we've broken last.
I may need a moment. I'm sorry.
I told him to say
All right.
very much predictable campaign.
Consistently predictable.
Oh god. Yeah, they're just barking out "Pound Pappy" at Wesley. Oh god. On that note, we're gonna pause there. Let's head over to the other room with Sleeve Saya and Paige.
Yes. Go.
Well, I gotta remember what I was gonna do with that. I've been thoroughly distracted now.
Is there gonna be a ground meat ghost
Oh,
on Wesley
God.
just for me to ask? Is there going to be
By the end
one?
of this, Wesley's just surrounded by ghosts of creatures that he's summoned.
This one just screams in pain.
My forward
Constantly.
thinking is just as good as Wesley's because I didn't even consider that I'm adding more ghosts.
I've never had to be sentient. It could just be people.
They don't want to eat; they want to hunt.
So you encased it in jello.
Oh god.
They didn't want to try hard, but they wanted to try.
They're sadists. They just wanted to listen to something scream. They didn't want to hunt.
Goodness.
It's just like eating a steak only to hear it moo.
Oh. You know what? I can't remember what I was going to do for this room, so I'm going to do something that I just read recently, which was a really cool situation for D&D, and I think it would actually fit really well with this. So, instead of whatever I was going to do, because I can't remember, instead, you open the door, and there's a sign, and it says, "One of these pots is real." And it's just a room full of these, like, huge ceramic urn type containers, vases, jugs, whatever you call them. But they're like the big ceramic ones with like two handles, one on each side, and a little lid on top. And the room's full of them. And the sign just says, "Only one of these is real."
Sleep Saya looks to Paige and says, "Looks like we'll have to earn our reward."
No, I'll just burn it all.
I'll also give you this. You do notice right there in the doorway. So there, basically, you have the door, and then there's maybe 5-6 feet of empty stone floor, and then the rest of the room has all these urns, and there's probably 50 of these things in here. And there's some like bones and skeletons lying on the ground in front of the sign.
Those seem concerning. You know what? I still think fire is the best solution. Just throw a bunch of fire, and the one that doesn't burn is the real one, right?
Sure. I don't understand magic.
Or the one that does burn is the real one. The one that doesn't burn is not the real one. I am not quite sure how magic works either.
Ha!
I want to just start chucking fireballs.
Okay. How exactly are you chucking these fireballs, and what exactly are you aiming for?
So I'm just going to not even wall or missile or blast, just fire, just one just 2 harm, and it spreads. So I'm just chucking little bits of fire at each of the pots.
Okay, targeting them one by one.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your weird to throw that fire. Thankfully, at only one of them.
Yeah. What? Only one of them so far. If I roll below.
Which one? Which one? By just out of curiosity.
Sleep Saya is going to like roll back a little bit and go into the claptrap defensive pose.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
aiming at the one in the center.
Okay.
So that's a 4 plus 3 is still a mixed success.
Okay. You throw fire at it.
Is 7.
It heats up, and then it shatters, and then all the shards disappear. How much harm did that attack do?
2 harm, and it spreads.
Okay. After a few seconds, you start to feel really warm, and then you take 2 harm from fire damage.
What? Well, that didn't work.
Thankfully, the mixed success, I'm going to say that the fire doesn't spread.
Ha! I figured it out. And Sleep Saya will putter into the room, and one after another start lovingly caressing each of the urns.
Okay.
And Paige, seeing Sleep Saya do this, just like throws her hands up. Okay, whatever. Starts doing the same.
Excuse me, I'm very shy. Please don't watch me get to first base.
Paige is not looking at Sleep Saya
yeah.
at all. Paige is just lovingly caressing all the arms. Until
What?
finds
What?
the real one.
Okay.
Opposite corner of the room. Starts.
Just gonna systematically do this.
Yeah.
Just lovingly, because if she reacts, if she sends violence and gets violence, I will give affection and receive affection, and the one that doesn't make me feel warm and tingly is obviously the right urn.
Okay. Let's just go with a sharp roll, just to make sure you pick up on which one didn't do the thing,
Okay.
because there's a delay.
I will, as well.
Okay, both of you.
Perfect.
Can I use a D4 on that one?
Absolutely.
Cool.
I hate this so much.
Baller.
So I rolled a 4 again, and this is plus 2, which is 6 total. I get experience.
Okay. Yep.
I guess I pissed off some
You yeah, you in the process of, doing your thing, you say you trip over one and it breaks. And a few seconds later, you feel like somebody just broke one of these things over your head. It would do 1 harm, but I believe your
enchanted clothing.
your enchanted clothing
Yep.
takes care of that, so you don't actually take any harm. Zan, Sleep Saya with
An 11.
11?
Yes.
Yeah, you find the right one. After both of you are filled with warm, fuzzy, affectionate feelings, you eventually find the one in the back left corner. The one in the back left corner appears to be real.
I will open
What do you do with it? Okay. As you open it, there are 2 bars of Liridium.
Oh,
And then all the other urns disappear.
I've raised the bar.
That was terrible.
Yay! I love it.
All right. Do you all reconvene in the hallway?
Sure.
Okay.
Can the acolyte land on my head and be reabsorbed, reintegrated
Yes.
to be used at a later time?
Sure.
It just looks like a really
I'm good with
fancy
that.
fez hat.
That's amazing. Or as Sleep Saya would say, ha ha! Fantastic. Okay, so you all meet up in the hallway. What do you do from here?
That was the last room before the locked door. Beth has the key. She's going to move. Well, first she's going to explain what they received. Like, did you guys find anything interesting? We got this sniper rifle that says profanity on it.
Really? What's it say?
Looks like
Yes.
Holy Gospel. We found Liridium.
Yes! High five, Sleep.
Have we
Saya.
actually found a use for Liridium other than selling it for hopefully more money?
We figured out that weird shit happened to bandits when they ate it like candy.
Like what?
Like they turned into like purple hulking monsters and tried to kill
Yeah,
them.
I don't think we want to do that.
I have no recollection of this event.
That's because no one loves you, okay?
But your gun says otherwise.
I hate you so much. I actually really love your characters, and like side note, I just feel guilty every time I hate on your character. I think you're fantastic and you play the
It's
character so well.
No. I like
So many
I
feels.
like being able to draw emotion, whether it's positive or negative. You have to be a polarizing figure sometimes. You can't be.
I
can't
really
be
do love your
tapioca all
character the way you
time.
portray him. I'm just playing a horrible person, and I am a horrible person. So.
Oh no, it's fine. No, I
love you.
think Sleep Saya and Beth have a fantastic relationship. He's not programmed
Yes.
to be able to understand people
They're
legitimately
gonna end up
disliking
getting
him.
married and living
yeah.
happily ever after.
I
ship it.
we don't kink shame here. I'm sure there are people that are into that.
As far as what the Liridium does, yeah, you currently don't know of any use for it other than it does weird stuff when ingested or, used with organic things.
But it's shiny
And
pretty.
also there seems to be a lot of Liridium stuff in here. So perhaps that will come in handy later for powering something or
It's shiny
disarming
and
something,
pretty. I
or
don't need any more
who knows?
reason other than it's shiny and pretty.
Is this
Paige gets it.
all the Liridium that we found?
No, you did find a hunk of raw Liridium ore in like one of the really early episodes in that mine. I don't know that y'all ever did anything with it.
It's back at the base.
I believe the original plan was to sell it, but I just never got around to it. So, yeah, there is one room left in the hallway before, unless you want to ignore it and keep going deeper into this dungeon.
Let's open the locked door.
Yeah, that's the room with the key, right?
Yeah.
It is indeed.
There's
All
there's
right.
reason after this all
Beth's gonna put the key in the hole, unlock it, and open the door wide so she's not the first one going through. She's not dumb, except for the fact that she
Okay.
just put the key in the hole. And yeah, she probably should have had Sleeve Saya do that.
And Sleep Saya rushes in.
And Paige falls asleep silent.
Okay. As you unlock the door, the
Huzzah!
lock turns surprisingly easily. Like it's well oiled, much like the hinges on the door. It doesn't feel like this is an ancient room. Like everything is very smooth and silent. Just does a little slight click as the lock disengages. You push the door open. Sleep Syed charges in, and we'll find out what happens after our break. So we're going to take a 10-minute break here. Feel free to go stretch your legs, get some hydration going, whatever you'd like. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes, and we'll find out what happens in this room. Be right back. All right, we are back. So, first of all, thank you very much, Michael, for the $2 donation and the 200 bits. That is a D6 to heard you're quaking. What was that? So D6 to the cast and the DM.
Nice.
Oops.
Many thanks, Michael.
Helps if I change the right numbers. There we go. I'm not sure what you mean there, Econorlex. But as we mentioned, the door gets opened up. Sleeve Saya charges in. Oh, you're watching a Utah streamer in the break? Oh, did we have another earthquake? It's probably up in Salt Lake area, which is okay. Yeah, I'm very far away from where that is. I'm like a good 3-hour drive away from there. Probably more like 4 hours actually. But yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, Utah's a very big state,
Speaking of, yeah, speaking of scary, Sleeve Saya, you charge into the room. Give me an act under pressure roll.
Ah! That's cool.
It is indeed.
One second. I think I've got something for this. Am I acting in accordance with any of my fate tags? Or specifically, I am the champion, or I can save the world?
I mean, you kind of just blindly charged into a room, so I'm not sure if that would necessarily apply.
Okay. Does Host of Monsters or No Normal Life apply to this?
What is that again?
With any of my fate tags, I mark experience. If it's a heroic tag, take one forward.
Okay.
So the tags in total are: I am the champion and I can save the world for heroic, and Doom is No Normal Life and Host of Monsters.
Yeah, I'll let you do the one forward for I'm the champion, because I could see an argument for
Cool.
I'm charging in blindly because I am the champion and fear nothing.
Wait, what? How did I roll a 0? Let's try that again with a. How did that?
That's a 3 and a 5 and a -1. That plus 1. That's weird. Oh, it's
Okay. I goofed on the
total.
programming.
It's 8 total.
Okay. So that was an 8 with yeah, just an 8.
okay. It's an 8. It's a mixed success.
Let's say it's a neutral roll. How did that happen?
So yeah, you go charging in, and you manage to stop yourself from falling into and sort of skidding across the entire room. But basically, you trip over. It looks like a gold coin. It sort of flies in the air after you tripped over it. So you fall down, and this gold coin just hits the wall and clatters down. As you look around from your sort of prone position, you can see there are 80 more gold coins scattered across the floor.
Yay! Gold coins! I'm gonna grab them all.
When you say, so is this just like individual coins scattered, or are we in like a Scrooge McDuckian vault? Like,
the room looks like it could have been maybe at one point, but there are 80 individual gold coins
not enough,
scattered across the floor.
not enough coins to be actively swimming in.
Yeah,
No.
but I can put them all in my backpack. All of them.
Okay. Paige, as you go and pick one up, do you pick the one up that Sleeve Saya just tripped over, or do you go to the center of the room, or do you go to the far end of the room?
The closest one.
Closest one? Okay, so the one that Sleeve Saya tripped over. As you pick it up off the floor, it looks like a gold coin, but as you hold it in your hand,
It's chocolate.
it sort of splits down the middle, and the two sides of it just shoot out like wings, and you can see a little scarab head underneath of it, which bites you on the finger for one
I'm
harm.
gonna burn it.
Okay. Ooh, thank you very much, Michael,
I'm gonna burn it.
for that $3 donation. It's a switch to me.
Fire. I'm gonna burn it with fire.
Okay.
I wanna burn it
Go
with
ahead.
fire. Again. So I got a 5 total. I rolled double ones.
Okay. So with your particular thing
leveled
with
up.
your magic,
But I leveled up.
do you want to do all the glitches but one, or do you want to do your magic fizzles out for the rest of the session?
Neither.
You have to choose one because that's a fail.
You asked me what I wanted.
You have to choose one. Neither is not an option.
All the glitches but one.
Which glitch would you like to avoid?
I would like to avoid the one where I don't know what it is.
There's
Yeah.
Unexpected
The complication
results.
one.
Okay. So you take harm. The fire fizzles out. I'm trying to remember all the complications. I should really have a chart for this. So it's shorter duration. It's not as effective, I think, was the other one.
Wait, I got it.
You take, I think, one harm, and it draws unwanted attention, I believe. Effect is weakened, shorter duration. Okay, so it doesn't really hurt it. It's about like lighting a match and then it getting blown out, so it just goes. You take one harm and ignores armor. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention. Yeah, that was the one I wanted to particularly focus on. Because when I say the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, all of you hear the sound of insect wings rubbing together as the entire floor looks like it's moving a little bit.
Yeah, I'm running.
You all start to hear buzzing noises coming from these coins.
This is
Paige
why
is
Beth
running.
did not go in.
No, No.
You were also watching from the door.
Sleeve.
She's debating closing the door on, Sleeve Saya.
Right. I was trying to figure out if I
Paige
put
is
up
now
like
out of
magic
the
net,
door.
if they'd be stuck in it.
If you put up a magic
A
what?
magic net, if they'd be stuck in it too. But then there's also just the door, which we can close.
Paige is now out of
Yes.
the door.
Okay, so Paige, do act under pressure to
Which would be.
run out of the door fast
What?
enough. Cool.
I am not.
It is
going
a
to
cool
use
check.
Any of these D6s. I'm going to find two D6s that I like. This one.
Sleeve Saya,
And this
you're
one.
still on your side, but you see all this going on. What do you do?
I will say in a very panicked voice, "Oh no, not a bug in my system!" And
That's a 7.
Okay.
got an idea. I've got an idea. I mean, I'm the champion. So from a lying position, everyone will notice for the first time 2 jetpacks pop out from the side and rotate and just lift
I was gonna
Sleeve
have Beth
Saya
try to
up
slam
off,
the door before.
up off the
So
ground,
you're
and
ruining my plans.
Sleeve Saya will start flying around, swinging his morning star. Its morning star.
Okay. So, Paige, you quickly scramble. You never really fully get on your feet, but you're able to sort of scramble, half run, half crawl out the door.
I'm just gonna roll all of these and see
and-
which one rolls decent.
And right as you get through the door, that's when Sleeve Saya starts spinning around. So Sleeve Saya, go ahead and roll kick some ass with a +1.
Ah!
By the way, this was Leo's complication.
Yes! Perfect. I found 2 that work.
Oh.
9, so a mixed success. So you managed to take out. Oh, hey, a raid!
Hey! Welcome
Hi! Welcome, Raiders! Thank you so much for joining us. How was your stream? I hope you had a good stream. We're currently dealing with camouflaged scarab beetle things. There's about 80 of them in this room. They looked like gold coins. And now they're swarming because we had a bad magic interaction. So that's what's going on right now. This is Hunters of Calamity. It's our Borderlands-inspired Monster of the Week game. Our hunters are... Hey, thanks for that gift sub. Thanks so much. So yeah, we basically have Borderlands type characters, including a claptrap style robot. Essentially in a Dungeons and Dragons type dungeon because they've just reached the vault. And so they're going through that. So that's what's going on right now. Thank you so much for that gifted sub, Michael. Stella, how would you like to use that in viewer actions? Which you can see they're all right down here below. You can do a switch and a d6. A switch allows either the cast or the DM to change somebody's action word. Or you can also do just an advantage to the cast. Or you can do 2d6 if you want. A few different options there. Just let us know in chat. So going back to Sleeve Saya, you spin around with your jetpack and your Morning Star, and you do manage to hit several of them. I'd say about 10, and you take out 10 of them, all in one swing. But you do have a couple that are on your arms. They've sort of been flown up through the swinging bodies and whatnot. So they are in a position to start nomming on your arms if you aren't able to get them off soon.
Not my main concern.
Yeah, let's go to Wesley. Wesley, what are you doing?
I was at the door with Beth, so I think I look at Beth. Should we help? Should I make another thing? What do scarabs eat? I could make another ball of meat.
I was gonna say we can either summon a gold coin eating chest,
Oh,
or we could just slam the door and end our suffering.
right. But I mean, he's doing pretty good. I feel like we should save him for. Should we not save him to like be eaten by other?
I like
things?
the robot person.
Paige likes the robot person now.
Oh dear.
What eats bugs? Bug thing. Oh, I know. And Wesley will try and summon another monstrosity into the room.
Is this going to be another meatball?
Okay.
Not a meatball. For some reason in his head he thought, do birds eat scarabs? And so he's gonna summon they're gold scarabs, so the bird should be gold, and it's gonna be like this weird clunky gold like turkey with like 3 heads. like a really busted looking dough trio.
Okay.
So not a turducken.
I mean, I guess each head could be a different type of bird.
So like a turkey head, a chicken head, and a duck head.
Yeah.
The golden turducken.
One of those probably eats scarabs that are disguised as gold coins. Probably.
Okay, go ahead and roll weird. Let's see if you pull this off. Yeah, you do.
No consequences to magic ever.
I don't think you've ever had a fail with it. It's so funny.
I always summon monsters.
I
like these
never had
freaking Pikachu battles.
before
It's always at least
today.
a 10.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's
Oh my
we're
goodness.
just building up Wesley's
Okay.
confidence, so in the final episode, everything he summons just devours.
Well, yeah, you summoned the legendary golden turducken, and it starts attacking the scarabs. The scarabs start attacking it, and unfortunately, Sleeve Saya, you are also in the field of fire there. So there's a couple of pecks that are coming your way. Give me a act under pressure roll. See if you're able to dodge out of the way.
As we're standing in the door, I'll whisper to Beth, "Don't worry. I made sure this thing can't feel pain."
Oh no!
No.
So, I'll give you an option. Do you want the turkey, the chicken, or the duck?
I've had some bad experiences with ducks and chickens, so turkeys haven't scarred me yet. So we'll go for turkey. It's...
Okay. So with a mighty, it it swings its head down, its turkey head, and grabs you in its giant golden beak, and starts flailing you all over the place.
The mighty wobble gobbler.
It's like a yeah, it's like a big dog with a chew toy. It just sort of shakes its head, and you're flying all over the place. Good news, the 2 scarabs that were on you go flying off. Bad news, you take 2 harm.
Okay.
Turkey or turkey vulture. Also, yes. Beth, you've now experienced all this. What are you gonna do?
I'm so sorry with how much animosity my character has for Sleeve Saya. I'm so sorry. You know it has to be done. She slams the door and locks it.
No.
Oh
No,
my
I'm
I'm
gosh.
sorry.
I won't let you.
Okay. Well, Paige, it is your turn next. You can try and get the key back from Beth.
From behind the door, you hear, "Excellent plan! Make a battle strategy in safety. I will distract them for the moment. I know you won't leave me."
Wesley, you've got Brownie and Ted on both shoulders that both stare at Beth and in unison go, obviously different voices. So Ted goes, "Ooh, dick move." And Brownie's like, "That's a dick move."
I'm so sorry.
So, Paige, you wanted to wrestle the key from Beth, or how do you want to do this?
Well, the door shut.
This is so funny.
Oh no. Is the doorway shut?
Yeah, the door is shut and locked. Beth has shut and locked it. I assume taking the key with her. So you can either try to get the key back, you can try to break down the door, possibly. You've used portals before. You could try something like that. Or anything else that you can think of. Those are just some options.
I
Throwing
will
them
say
out there.
Beth's not going to put up that much of a fight. She's probably just going to walk away.
Yeah, I'm going to try and portal Sleep out here. Can I?
Okay. Go ahead and roll weird.
Oh great. Oh great. So that's a 9 total.
Okay, mixed success. It's gonna have
Can I
a glitch if I remember right.
Can I use D4?
Absolutely.
Yay.
You currently have 2d4, 46, 1 switch, and 1 advantage, by the way.
So that's a 3? So that's a 9 plus 3 is 12.
Fantastic, you succeed. Go ahead and tell us how this portaling happens.
So, Paige sees the door closed, she's like, "No, Sleep Saya!" and just summons a portal right up, like pulling Sleep Saya and the turkey monstrosity right next to them.
Okay. All right, so the portal, we're gonna, just for logistics, gonna clarify some things here. So you do the portal, it opens up, we're gonna say right below the golden turducken's feet.
Yeah.
And it basically falls through the floor over there and pops up out of the floor next to you. I assume you immediately close the portal.
Yeah.
Okay. So, good news. All of the golden coin scarabs are still in the room, and the door is now shut and locked. Bad news. You have a giant golden turducken right next to all of you.
Yay! New friend. An old friend.
So, yeah. Sleep Saya, what do you want to do here? You're still in its mouth.
I'm out of the room. Excellent plan, my compatriots. I do still seem to be a little clucked, though. What is Sleep Saya gonna do?
That's an interesting position that you're in.
Maybe flip off Beth for starters.
You do have the little prophet thing.
When we say this is golden, are we saying like this is made of gold, or this is just a gold-colored organic creature?
Wesley?
I think I pictured it as like made of like little scrap pieces of gold, like the scarabs were.
Okay. So maybe like a gold-plated turducken. Mechanical in nature, it sounds like. Okay.
I'm going to pull out I'm going to, well, I still have my Morning Star out, and I'm going to yell, "Everybody duck!" and swing.
I see what you did there. Go ahead and roll kick some ass. And I presume you're aiming towards the duck head?
Yes.
I love it.
Hey, perfect.
Nice! Yeah, go ahead and describe what happens. And then just remind me how much harm it does.
A massive amount. Let's see, that's 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's 5 harm, plus area.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Sleeve Saya is the chosen one. Sleeve Saya does not goof around.
So, that's gonna hit all 3 heads. But go ahead and describe what you do here and the effect.
I think with that excellent pun, he goes to swing the Morning Star down at the chicken, because it does not quite understand the difference between a chicken and a duck, as it has never seen either of these creatures before. It is filled with facts about them, but cannot actually process which one is which. So it brings the Morning Star in a wide arc, possibly clipping the other 2, and then down on the chicken.
Okay. So yeah, you hear a and then a and then finally distressed as all 3 heads get hit, and the turkey head drops you.
Oh,
so you're
since that's
now released.
Since that's such a good roll, it actually does 6 harm, not 5. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, and isn't
Cool.
that acting in accordance to his religion, or can that only be used once per session?
I think it's dutiful. When fate rears its ugly head and you act in accordance with your fate tags, mark 1 experience.
yeah, take an experience.
Nice.
That is almost literally what happened.
Okay. Sweet.
3 ugly heads. Okay.
As he lands, just as a one final flavor thing, he goes,
My gosh.
I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
The mighty golden turducken is now agitated and confused because it's been teleported here, and it's going to attack the 3 that have not, scared it. So can I get an act under pressure roll from Wesley, Beth, and Paige?
Can I posit something? Because I think I go next, right?
Sure. Yes, you will go next.
My plan had been to try and open the door to the Jello crocodile room, and then try and get its attention to see if it'll charge at me that way.
Sorry, that's
I
the
could
worst.
try and make like an anti-charm roll to see if all 3 heads will go for me and lure it that way.
Sure.
I'm confused. Is action under pressure cool?
I don't
is,
know
yes.
what that would be.
Got a 9.
That's my pitch.
Let's just do weird, because I know that's a good stat for you, and this is definitely bizarre.
It's also beautiful, Raven.
Lady.
Yeah.
An 8, so a mixed success.
Waving like, I made you. I'm your creator. This way.
All right. So, hey, admin. Hello. So Beth, evens or odds?
Never tell me the odds.
So evens?
Sure, let's go with that. That's what that means, right?
Yes. 37, so it's odds. So, here's what happens with that mixed success from Wesley. You get the attention of the turkey head and the duck head. But, and the body's starting to run towards you, but the chicken is still fixated on Beth. So as it's running, it's gonna do one last and
Honestly, Beth deserves it.
dive
I am
its-
so sorry.
and one last mighty peck at Beth as it runs. So what was your act under pressure roll there,
9.
Beth? 9. Okay, so mixed success. So yeah, you managed to sort of duck out of the way.
Duck.
So you dodge out of the way. However, it's a messy dodge, and you basically end up face planting right in front of Sleep Saya.
Oh no. Can it look almost
Wesley,
like a bow?
you're. It's pretty ungraceful, just splat, sprawled on the ground. So Wesley, you're running. You've got this thing's attention. Describe exactly what you were doing again.
I was trying to get to the door to the room with the jello pool and the drunken dire alligators and the sentient meatball that they're eating, and lure the turducken into that room so that all of our problems are in one nice confined space to fight with each other.
Okay. Yeah, let's do one more act under pressure just to lure it in there and sort of dodge out of the way.
Another 9.
9? Okay. So you lure it in there. However, it catches on to what you're doing. As you're going to jump out of the room, your leg is still just a little bit inside, and you don't quite have the chance to close the door yet. You are nearly out of harm's way, but it's still going to get a chance to do something. Beth, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
She's gonna Wow, I don't actually have an answer for that. I was gonna say she's gonna try to snipe, but she also has to like get up from the face plant. So I think it'd be better for everyone if she just tries to get up from the face plant and uses Sleeve Saya as a pressing point to get up.
Can I help her up? And
Oh,
then
no. Yes.
I guess like take the I guess the role for this will be help someone out. But can I take the lens off of my my camera, however I see, and give it to her to use as an improved sniper rifle?
You're gonna.
Sure.
Oh.
Roll.
Fear not, companion.
Cool.
I'm here to help.
So yeah, it'll give you a plus 1 forward on your
I
sniper
love
roll.
Sleeve Saya
There, Beth.
sniper. Oh gosh. Oh
Hey,
gosh.
sniper.
Oh. My
Hey,
lawful
sniper.
good side is squirming. Her neutral, like pure neutral, is just like whatever. Maybe a little embarrassed. Very, very embarrassed.
All right. So it's a cool roll for you there, Sleep Saya.
Coming up.
How you doing on harm there, Sleep
I've
Saya?
only taken one.
Okay, then I won't feel bad about this. I'm gonna still let you do what you're trying to do, just because I love it. But what you end up doing, you try to unscrew it, but you don't quite do it right. You end up just like breaking the lens off.
Oh no.
You'll take one harm. It still works for what you're trying to do, and you can repair it easily enough. It's just didn't unscrew it off like you were trying to, and you take one harm because of that.
About 3 seconds after I hand her the kind of microscope eye lens, I start going, ow, ow, ow.
Okay.
Are you okay there, buddy?
So,
I'm blind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, then I won't.
oh my god. Okay. So you can you get enough time. You can stand up and put that onto your sniper rifle if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Paige, your turn.
What are we doing?
So, a quick recap, because that was a lot that just happened. The Turducken was attacking everybody, but Wesley distracted it. It still took a swing at Beth on its way out. Wesley lured it into the alligator room. Wesley is mostly out of the room, but still has a leg in there, and the door's still open. And Beth's getting ready to snipe something.
I want to not be dying.
Okay. Did you take that much damage?
I took 3 damage, which is
Okay.
either
You're okay.
dying or almost dying. I can't tell.
No. If you take more than 4, then you'd be unstable and you'd start looking at injuries. So you're still okay.
I want to heal myself.
Okay. Roll. I assume you're doing that with magic.
Yes, magic.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your weird.
Yay! So that's an 8 plus 3 is 11.
Okay. So you'll get 2 harm back.
Yay!
Sleep Saya. You're blind. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to dispatch my drone, the
Nice.
acolyte,
Okay.
to give me a bird's eye view of things.
Okay. You can see through Acolyte.
It's like I'm the main character in my own movie.
All right. Would you like to do anything else?
Let's see.
Lasers.
I don't have lasers, unfortunately.
Still at, oh.
I'm going to try to help Beth out again. I'm gonna like put out like little stabilizers and put my little robot arms like this, so it acts as a stand for the barrel to keep the gun.
Making me feel
Looking like-
guilty.
Making like a bipod.
Yeah.
She's gonna. Oh shoot. Oh gosh, I'm at a crossroads. Either she kicks the stand down, or oh,
66 on that.
never mind.
So, it was a great idea in theory, but
I'm blind.
as you go to move, you're finding that there's it's like trying to play a video game with really bad lag, because you're seeing through this other thing and acting based on those the vision there, and you don't get the stabilizers out quite right. You just fall over.
I'm blind. I'm blind.
It's now the mighty golden turducken's turn. And it sees a yummy looking human leg. So
Nom nom.
it's gonna try to drag you back in. Go ahead and roll act under pressure again to see if you can get away.
An 8.
An 8. Mixed success. I'm gonna say you get out, but it takes a pant leg with it.
No D4 on this one?
Pant legs are just
Uh,
sleeves for the legs.
Exactly.
It's
Oh,
true.
It's like you're understanding the gospel more now. My acts of kindness and generosity.
You do have a D4 and 4D6. You could use that if you'd like.
I was
instead.
asking if you wanted to roll a D4 so that this thing can.
Oh. Why you gotta tempt me?
Got so many.
You know, yeah, I will actually. Because this would be really, really funny. So that'll take it down to a 6. Alright, in that case, you don't get out. Good news, you get to keep your pant leg. Bad news
Pant leg is
is...
still on the leg that the bird takes with it.
It's not that bad yet.
Yeah.
No, but it does grab your leg. I'm gonna say it's the duck this time, so it just goes wah! And grabs your leg and sort of just like suplexes you, kind of with its head. So you're on the ground by the door, and now all of a sudden you're on the ground behind it. However, you turn most of the floor to bouncy jello.
Yep.
So you land on the jello and go flying through the air.
That noise is the best. Wah!
Wah! I'm gonna give you another opportunity for act under pressure to see if you can dictate your own landing or not.
That's a 4.
Nope.
And I do level up.
That's good. You land in between the two dire gators.
I'm just yelling.
They
Close the door. Close the door.
They still look a little hungry. They look like they could use some Wesley for dessert.
Is there any of my meat person still around, or have they filled up on that?
There's just like two little gristly hamburger arms that are left. Just the rest of it's just gone.
How drunk are the gators at this point?
Good news is they do seem pretty out of it. They're moving kind of sluggish, but they do look hungry.
I'm liking my odds. I'm good.
Okay. It's your turn next, incidentally.
Shit. I continue
Oh, this
for
game.
somebody to close the door.
Is it time for another monster yet?
I mean, I was just gonna run through the wall, but some more monsters, that might be the solution.
I have a monster problem. Summon more monsters. Take care of your monster problem.
Let me try. I'll try running through the wall for if that doesn't work. Back up. More monsters is always plans like B through Z, all of them.
Okay. So you're in the middle of the room
Right.
now. Do you? Which wall do you want to try to run through? So to give you an idea, so if you're facing the mighty golden turducken, we consider that north. Running north would put you back in the hallway with everybody else. Running west would put you into the room with the scarabs.
Right where I want to be. Yeah, sure.
Running south or east would put you somewhere that you don't know. There might not even be another room in that direction.
No, I think there's a turducken between me and escape. I will bodily attack the turducken to try and make my way out.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
I think this is a good time for my flaming chainsaw to get through the turducken.
Oh god.
To carve it up.
Okay. Also, I think Econorlax just summed up this entire campaign really well. Every attempt creates a more dangerous one to deal with the previous one.
What eats turduckens? What can I summon for them?
More
Okay, so
dire
you're gonna
gators.
go-
That was what I was gonna do.
So wait, are you doing the chainsaw?
Chainsaw.
Or
I'm gonna
okay.
I'm gonna groovy up my chainsaw and see if I can't cut
All
a
right.
path through one of these heads.
Okay. So you get the you say groovy, it turns on the flames. And yeah, roll kick some ass or big whammy, depending on what you want to do.
Okay, I think we'll do some weird with this chainsaw. A 10.
Nice. How much harm does your flaming chainsaw do?
Ooh, it does 3 harm, close, extremely messy.
Okay. We're just gonna call that close enough. Because it would have had 1 hit point left. So describe to me how you dispatch this mighty golden turducken with your flaming chainsaw.
So you said it like suplexed me over it. So I imagine like one head was facing towards me and like the other 2 were still like squawking around.
Yeah, you're basically looking at its tail feathers, but the duck head is looking at you.
I think I like try and slide underneath whichever one tossed me backwards and just hold up the chainsaw as I'm going underneath it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you practically cut it in half. It falls over in almost 2 pieces, and you just hear a very sad "Whirr, whirr, whirr."
But the dire gators will continue to feast, and that's what's important.
Yes. Yes, they're slowly making their way drunkenly towards the dead mighty golden turducken.
Tell me how you dispatch.
I'm sorry for
the
whatever
golden
rational
turducken
way we
with
were
your
supposed to
flaming
get through these
chainsaws.
obstacles.
Gotta be one of the best lines I've ever heard.
Which line?
Tell me how you dispatch this mighty golden turducken with your flaming chainsaw.
Yeah. Oh god. Actually, that might have to be the raid cry. Nice. Yeah, you get out. You're able to get out of the door and close it. You're now all in the hallway. All the combat is over for the moment. What do you do from here?
Beth is gonna give back the lens.
All right.
Thank you.
She's
I'm
going to-
glad I was able to be of assistance.
She's gonna shove it into his orbital socket with no
Oh.
finesse.
Oh, just straight hammerlock that.
Power locking that baby.
Oh,
As much as you would love to shove your fist into my eye socket.
can we say for flavor text, since the lens broke slightly when I ripped it off, that he has a cool like claptrap equivalent of like an eyebrow scar running across the lens.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's amazing.
Badass strap.
Oh goodness.
I can
All right.
see! I can fight!
I have regrets.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think everybody has many regrets. All right. So, how would you like to proceed from here? Do you want to try the silver room again with the scarabs? You didn't really look around in there. You didn't really have much of a chance to. Or do you just want to continue down the hallway into the rest of this vault dungeon?
Well, if it was locked and so far we found things useful to our quest, in each room. Oh dear.
And I rush off into the locked room, into the previously locked room.
I have the key still.
Oh, did you lock it?
Yeah.
Oh well, then
Yeah.
I just slam straight into that door then.
Okay. No harm. It just makes a loud noise, and you hear a lot more, insects skittering and buzzing noises on the other side of the door.
Panicked scarabs.
No, that was
Oh
unlocked.
God.
I was incorrect.
Maybe we can burn them all.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Beth's gonna hand over the key and stand way far back.
Yeah. Paige gets
Good
the
plan.
key, opens the door, steps back after opening the door, and just,
Okay.
I can now do fireball. So ball is 1 harm,
Oh, dear.
magic area, close, obvious, loud, and fire is +2. So
Okay.
3 harm.
Go ahead and
it's
roll
area.
weird.
Oh. So that's only a 9. I'm gonna use a D6 because
Okay. You do have a D4 available still, by the way.
Yeah,
If
I have
you're
a
only one away, just go for the D4, Glenn.
okay. But we have more D6s than D4s.
Well, yeah, but we can get a bigger boom for the D6.
Okay, that's a 1. So 10 total.
Okay, that's all you needed. You succeed. These coin scarabs only have 1 health. So describe for us how you dispatch this entire room of 70 gold coin scarab things.
Paige is like, I have a new thing that I can do, and just makes a giant fireball, like a really big ball, and just whoop, and then backs away, and
Okay,
it explodes.
awesome. There is a big explosion, and all of the gold coin scarabs just basically fall to the ground, singed and dead.
Yay! I did the new thing.
Are gold coin scarabs worth anything? Can I roll a sharp for that?
Sure.
Okay. 8.
An 8, okay. Maybe if you found like, I forget the technical term for people that collect insects, like that have insect collections where they're mounted and posed and stuff. There's a word for it, I can't think of it. If you found somebody like that, they might be interested in this, but that's about it.
They don't have any actual gold value.
No. They just look like gold coins. And yes, that's awesome, Patrick. I'm gonna enjoy that. We're plotting and possibly scheming.
God.
Entomologist, yes. So yeah, that would have some value. Further into the room, though, you notice sort of a sarcophagus-looking thing. Not terribly unlike the stone chest that you saw in the Diregator room. This just looks more like it could hold a dead body, whereas the other one looked like it was an equipment chest. There's some weird markings on it. Wesley, do you want to take a closer look at it?
Sure. In the other room, there was like this, but with a cool gun in it. And this looks like it could fit more than one gun, like a body's worth of guns.
I don't need guns.
Are you sure you would be better with guns? Are you sure about that?
Wait. Yes, I've just unlocked a new perk. I'm even better.
So mixed success on the sharp roll. You can't tell what it says, but it does have those weird lyridium, glowy purple looking letters on it, like you've seen elsewhere.
It's got more of those glowy magic eraser markers on it, which, as far as I remember, have only been good things for us.
Ooh, we have the glowy sticks, right? Maybe they'll help us.
I mean,
with
I
the
don't know if it
writing.
wants. I don't know if it wants stuff. I think it wants to give us stuff. If the other boxes are anything to go by.
Should I initiate grave robbing protocols?
You do that. I'll stand back here.
Ha! Ha! And I try to shove the lid off.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to shove the lid off. It falls to the ground with a loud crash. Yeah, the same thing that happened with the other one, the sort of tray rises up from inside of it. On the slab is a literal mummy, completely wrapped up in bandages. And the mummy's holding a couple of things. So in one hand it has it's got a scoped pistol, which allows you to basically do short or medium range on it. It's 2 harm, but you can record a message on it so that the bullet screams it as it goes towards its target. So you can decide what you want it to say.
That
Basically,
is a
each shot if you
Saya
want to.
weapon, if I've ever heard it.
I want that. I want that. Please, I also said
well,
they don't want guns.
Before you decide what you want, there's more.
Well, wait, there's more.
In the mummy's other hand is a sleeve. Wow. Shield. Not a sleeve. That's the opposite of what you want. In its other hand, it's holding a shield, which cancels out fire damage from like 1 attack per encounter. So, for example, if your magic page got away from you and you caught fire, it would negate that, or it would allow you to walk through your firewall once per encounter, that sort of thing.
Or it might protect my friends.
True. So that's there, and then finally, on top of the mummy, is it looks like a shield. It doesn't actually do anything. It just adds flame decals to the side of whoever wears it.
Yay! Mine!
It's basically like a hologram, so it adds like flame decals like you'd see on the side of a motorcycle or something like that. So, I will let you decide how you want to divvy those up.
A true champion does not fight with guns.
Good thing I'm not a true champion then.
I want to look cool! And I'll go for the flame decals.
Okay, cool. So that leaves the fire shield and the gun. Just my recommendation, because I know what's coming and what you both have and don't have. I would recommend the gun go to Wesley and the shield go to Paige, but I will let you decide how you want to split that up yourselves.
I already have a gun exactly like that, too.
So yeah, you got the loot. Is there anything else that you'd like to do in this room?
Yes, I want to. After we thoroughly looted the sarcophagus, I want to prop the corpse up and pull out like a little camera phone and say, "I've always wanted a picture with my mummy." And, take a selfie with my new mummy.
Oh, God.
That's amazing. All right. Do you then proceed down the rest of the hallway to explore the rest of this dungeon vault?
Yes.
We don't think that there's any more stuff in that wrapping, right? We don't think that that's like
No.
supplies. Okay.
I
Definitely.
think that's just
It
a dead
looks like-
body.
Okay.
It's a dead body of some kind, yeah.
Okay. We don't want to check.
I mean, you could
No.
investigate the body, but there's no guns or anything like that in there.
Hmm.
Any objections to continuing further into the vault?
No.
No?
Okay. Then as you proceed further in, the end of this hallway has a stairway that goes down. And you sort of have a big open room below you. There's platforms, so you essentially have like a catwalk sort of all the way around this giant room, almost like an auditorium style room with a catwalk up at the top, and on directly in front of you as you're facing it, there's a narrow stairwell. It's a spiral stairwell that goes down, and there's this identical one on the far side of the room. And in the middle of the giant room, it's mostly dirt and rock and things like that. But you do see some like stone plaques and pillars, things like that, which have some sort of weird writing on them. And on the as you're facing it on the right hand side, it looks like there's a big stone gateway in the wall.
As in, like the shape of a gate, but it's all rock in the middle.
It's just like a giant stone door. You can see there's a split in the middle. You don't readily see any way to open it from here. There's not like a handle or a chain or anything like that. But it's basically just like a really big tall door, except at the top it's an arch. Trying to think of how else to describe that, but that's pretty much it. It just looks like a normal door with an arched top. It's just huge and it's stone. Do you proceed into the room, or do you go around the top?
Is that a trick question?
Not really.
I mean, the good stuff has to be behind the big door, right?
Mm-hmm. The biggest door.
But wouldn't the dragon also be behind the big door?
Maybe, I don't know, because
Yeah.
didn't the dragon just like fly through shit? Like it didn't need doors. It could just kind of like go through walls with its special vomit.
I am intimately familiar with its special vomit.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I mean, as far as I see it, is the dragon. Dragon can make it through that thing, whether it's open or closed. But we can make it through if we open it.
That is so true. And it's a really big door.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to open it.
That's a good point.
And I'll charge the door.
Okay, so to do that, you'll have to go down the spiral staircase to get down into the room. You're currently just outside the catwalk.
That's even better.
Platforms.
I will engage rockets and rocket down the stairwell.
Oh, that looks so
Okay.
fun!
As you do, as you reach the bottom and your little wheel touches the dirt at the bottom of this stairwell going onto the floor of the giant room.
Well, I mean, if I'm already
Those
using the rocket, I might just rocket headfirst into it. And not
Okay. You rocket headfirst into this enormous door.
Mhm.
Nothing happens except that there's a loud clank, and you probably fall to the ground.
Ow!
I think I'm chasing down the stairs at this point.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well,
That's gonna follow at a leisurely pace.
okay. Real quick, before we do anything else, Sleeve Saya, as soon as you hit the ground, those stone pillars and plaques all start glowing purple. And you can see that there's some sort of lettering on them. And that's where we're going to end our session for the night. So next week, for the penultimate episode, we'll find out what that means and maybe what's behind the door.
Oh goodness, it's gonna end. I don't want it to end.
I know. This has been such a
love
great
it
campaign.
So much. It's so great. This was amazing.
So random and wild, and every week is just a new hilarious adventure.
You tried to kill me.
It's-
You tried to kill
The
me.
mighty golden Turducken with your
As I said, a hilarious adventure that's just heartwarming.
Yep.
Best
As
line
dumpster
ever.
fires are, as dumpster fires often are, it is warming of the heart. We're gonna talk about our favorite moments and give everybody a chance to talk a little bit about themselves before we go on a raid. So we're gonna start reverse order. Start with Zan. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else that you'd like to share?
Ooh, yeah. So my favorite part of the story was, honestly, it was Beth deciding to kill Claptrap, or to try to kill Sleeve Saya.
I'm sorry.
That was pretty great. I really enjoyed it. I also really enjoy now that Sleeve Saya has a cool eyebrow scar, as any chosen one should. Where you can catch me next? Well, I think I don't have anything super exciting planned in the next week, but I have a couple of projects that I'll be ready to talk about after then. Also, I am not this Friday, but next Friday running a one-shot, and there is still one spot open, right, Raven?
I think there's two.
Two spots.
I think.
Okay. There's still 2 spots open for that. The game is They Came From Beneath the Sea. It'll be a fun little one-shot that's a humorous take on 1960s horror movies, and we'll all be filming a movie called Crawdaddy Knows Best. Additionally, I'm in the planning stages for La Famille Boucherie next season, which I am super stoked about. I should have some other stuff ready to promo next week. But yeah,
I'm super excited about that
yeah,
one.
no, I am real stoked, and you can catch me at the links that I'm about to drop into chat. And if you would like me to run a game for you, I'm running sales because Corona sucks and nobody likes to be stuck home alone with nothing to do. So hit your boy up on that one.
It's true.
But yeah, it was great.
All right. Awesome. Gwen, what was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
My favorite part was the golden turducken. Just like, what's the craziest thing that you could possibly put in this situation? Oh, a golden turducken! Wonderful, wonderful. And how are we gonna do it? Play big, big, small. Just the most random.
That was pretty great.
Random thing ever. I love it.
That was pretty great. And then we can find you next. I know Friday, right? For we're doing our season 1.5 of The Peasant Strike Back before we kick into season 2 with this next next season in May.
That sounds right.
Fantastic. Next we've got Last of the Order. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? Anything else you'd like to share?
Honestly, loved the Lake of Jello and the Meat Man. I don't think I've laughed so hard in a while. The sentient meat. I don't. Although, again, another.
Existence is pain.
Poor guy. Where you can find me next week, I'll be here, and that'll be that. I live a very interesting life, as you can tell. So yeah, that's where you can find me next.
Awesome. Last but not least, we've got Attack Trick. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? Anything else that you'd like to share?
Oh man, I think my favorite part was probably realizing that Beth has no idea half of the weird shit that's going on. Just like, wait, you hear voices in your head? Like, oh yeah, you want to meet them? Oh, yeah. And then everything with Sleeve Saya, just tearing chunks off of himself to help everybody.
That was great. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at AttackTrick. And besides here, you can catch me Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on Dark Galaxies Gaming Twitch, where I play in a D&D 5e homebrew Tales from Saltmarsh. So taking Ghosts of Saltmarsh and changing a whole bunch of it.
Wow.
Woo.
Holy crap!
Wow. Thank you so much.
Chat has been a spam for a minute. Thank you so much for 5 tier 1 subs gifted. Holy cow. Thank you. Oh goodness. I don't know how to stop that from doing it 5 times in a row, so we're gonna have fairy tale music for a little while. I still haven't figured out how to make it just do the 1 on gifted subs. You are gonna break it. That's great. So we've got Pax on Earth, Dark Nexus 23, Undivided Tick. I think I'm saying that right. Mr. Malice and Georgie May. If you are in here, remember that you have my tier 3 sub alerts broken? Was there a tier 3 subscription? Holy crap. It didn't even notify me on anything. Thank you for the tier 3 subscription. Holy cow. Sorry, distracted there. So everybody, if you are here, remember that you got gifted a subscription, and let me know tomorrow or just the next game you're on. We'll make sure you get that viewer action in. I will take note of these names as well so I can remind you if I see you. And as well as admin for the tier 3 subscription. Let me know what viewer actions you'd like to do in the next live game, and we'll get that in there. I'll take note of everything, and thank you so much for that. It's very nice. So where was I?
You were busy being overcome with emotion.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We're about
you
to-
broke the streamer.
We're about to go on a
Thank
raid.
you so much. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
We were
Seriously.
literally about to go on a raid.
My favorite part. That's what it was gonna be. Yes, succeeded in breaking me. Thank you. My favorite part is probably it's everything with the mighty golden turducken.
Everything.
That entire thing was so much fun. It was great. Yeah, where you can find me next, I will be playing Dr. Tilda Jenkins tomorrow on the Tickfaw Files. That's DM'd by Rowan North. That'll be at 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Honorable mention is
what's
the
up, Gwen?
drunken alligators.
Oh, absolutely. The Jello bouncy stuff, all of that was great too. So that's where you can find me next. As far as anything else that I would like to share, I did want to mention we do have. There's actually still a little bit of time you can get in for casting for our next season, which starts in May, runs to August. We've got a couple of shows left with open spots during the day. Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time is the time slot we have spots open.
If you're
and you can
looking for recommendations, I have to say that I know the Tuesday DM pretty intimately, and you're in for a fun time.
Yes, Zan's game
Yeah.
is on Tuesday. It's going to be good.
Yes, please. I'm not gonna watch that
and then if you'd
game,
like to get
I'm
on
not even gonna think about that game, but yes.
If you'd like to get on any of our Friday community one-shots, they are open to everybody to DM and play alike. So just shoot me a DM on Twitter and I will get you into a game. And yeah, with that, we're going to go on a raid. We're going to go raid, let me just make sure they're still streaming. They are still live. We're going to go raid Dice Priori. Oh, nope, never mind. They went and raided somebody else. 1 second. Let's go say hi to Nerdsmith instead.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
We're gonna go raid. We are Nerdsmith,
And the raid.
another fantastic channel. And yes, the raid cry is
Tell us how you do.
right there in chat. Gwen's on it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I will write down the names of everybody that got gifted subs, as well as take note of the tier 3 sub for admin, so we make sure we get you all viewer actions for the next few games here. And also a thank you to Michael Wayne for the I believe it was $5 total in donations and 200 bits, I think I got those numbers right.
Yeah.
Also all the guild coins that were redeemed, all those were fantastic. Loved all of that. And yeah, thanks again, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.